Okay lads, so for homework you had this question. So to start off, I'm going to measure it down 100 and in 60 to find my point P, and I'm going to draw my shape. Okay, so that's the shape I was asked to draw, and I'm going to label now the points. So this point down here is called P, so that's the point that we're given. That's called P. The one above it we're going to call A. The center point here we're going to call B. Top point here we're going to call C. Over to the right, D. Left, E. And one point here then as well is going to be F. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E and F. Now what we need to do is to find all our points. So we have point P here, point P1 is here, point P2 here, P3 here and P4 here. So what we have to do then is find all them points and label them. So that's the next step, find all them points and label them. Okay, so I found my point 1, my point 2, my point 3, and my point 4. So the question is asking us to do from point P to point P1 is going to be axial or central symmetry. Point P1 to point P2 is going to be central symmetry. Point P2 to point P3 is going to be a translation, and then point 3 to point 4 is going to be a rotation clockwise through 120 degrees. Okay, so that's the 4 different transformations that we have to do: central, axial, translation, and then a rotation. So we're going to start with this central from P to P1. So we have P, and now we have to join it up to P1. And with a central, we have to bisect that line. So to bisect the line, setting our compass to over halfway, scribing and scribing, set it to P, scribing, scribing, and just bisecting that line. Okay, and that will give us this point here in the middle, and that is the point X, right? So all our points have to go through that now. So starting from D, putting our pencil on X, and just putting it through the center point. Construction lines. Okay, so just take about that much now just to start with. Setting our compass from point X to D, and just swinging it through the other side. That now will give us point D1 down here. Now C through here. So setting our compass X to C, following it down through, and just scribing a line there. That's our point C1 now. Setting our compass to X and B, scribing a line. That now has given us point B1. And last, setting to A and X, flipping it through, scribing, and that now has given us point A1. All that's left now is to send E through the center point, F, and we have P found already. So pencil on X, sending E through the center point, and send an F through the center point. Open our compass, X to E, flipping it over, scribing our line. That will find us point E1. And last there with F, setting our compass X to F, and send it through the center point, same distance out the other side, and that will give us our point F1. Now it's just a matter of joining up our different shapes. So C here is connected to E, so C1 here will be connected to E1. C over here is connected to C. It's connected to D. Okay, C to D. So C is going to be here. It's going to be connected up to D, and they're both connected to A with a construction line, and E to A with a construction line, and it's just a matter then of finishing off drawing our shape again. Okay, so that is our shape gone through central symmetry. The next now is to go through axial symmetry from point P to point P2, because axial symmetry is the second one here they asked for, P1 to P2. So joining up P1 and P2, construction line, and again first thing to do is bisect it. So setting our compass to over halfway, scribing an arc out here, scribing an arc out here, setting our compass same distance, just over on P1 now, scribe an arc, scribe an arc. We found 2 points now, join up them 2 points. Okay, and that is the axis that we are going, sorry, that here is the axis that we're going doing our central symmetry across. Okay, so using sliding set squares now, setting it up to P1, P2, and we're just going to transfer all our points across here. So that's my point F. Okay, so we're after cutting the axis once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times at all of these points. So it's just a matter of transferring those points across the axis the same distance to the other side. So to do that, we're going to use our compass again. So the first one here is C, so setting my compass from the axis to C1 and scribing out the other side. So at that point now it's going to be C2. Setting my compass up to the next point now, and this is going to be E. So setting the distance from the axis to E1 and out the other side, and that's going to give us now E2. B2. D2. F2. And A2. Just do this here. Okay, and again it's just a matter of joining all these up to draw our shape again. Okay, so that's our shape now passed across the axis and done through axial symmetry. The next step is a translation. So from point P2 to P3 is a translation. So the first thing we have to do there is join up point P2 to point P3 with a construction line, and then just transferring all our points down parallel to that. Okay, so because it's a translation and the shape's only moving down like this, it just means that every point has to move the same distance that P2 to P3 has. So we set our compass from point P3 back to point P2, and that's how far every point is going to move. So D2 now is going to move the same distance as P2. Okay, same with C2 here, and just mark them straight away. So D2 becomes D3, C2 becomes C3, B2 becomes B3, A2 becomes A3, F2 becomes F3, and E2 becomes E3. Okay, and join our points up again just to make that shape again. So join. Okay, so that's our shape now after going down through translation. And the last step here is from point P3 to P4, and we're doing a rotation clockwise through 120 degrees. Okay, so first thing, like always, is just joining point P3 to P4. And it says that we are doing a clockwise rotation. So as we know, 12 o'clock's down here, 6 o'clock, 3 and 9. So clockwise direction is this direction. Okay, so we're going rotating this now around in this direction. So if we want to do that, we actually have to form a triangle. So we have point P4 here as a point. We have point P3 over here as a point, and we've already joined them up now. So we've joined up P3 and P4, and we said that we want to send it clockwise, so in this direction here. Okay, in this direction, 120 degrees. So if we have 120 degrees up here of a rotation that we want to do, we're going to have a 30 degree angle here, and we're going to have a 30 degree angle here, because 120 plus 30 plus 30 is equal to or 180. Okay, so that's the full triangle, is 180. So we're going to have a 30 degree angle here, and we're going to have a 30 degree angle here, and this then is going to be our point of rotation. So that's where the compass is going to be, and we're going to rotate it then around here. Okay, so we're going to have 30 degrees here, 30 degrees here, and 120 degrees up here. So bring this back to our drawing. That means that we're going to have 30 degrees here, we're going to have 30 degrees here, and we're going to have 120 up here. Now luckily we have a 30 degree set square, so it should be nice and easy for us to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my 45 degree set square onto the line P4, P3, and I'm just going to move it just slightly away from that line. Okay, and get my set square then. I can draw a line out here at 30 degrees, flip my set square upside down, and from point 4 now, P4, a line at 30 degrees. Okay, and we're after making our triangle here, so I'm going to do that now in green, our triangle. Okay, so I have 120 degrees up here, 30 degrees here, and 30 degrees here. Okay, so that's our triangle now, and the important point here now we have is just at that 120, and that's our point or. So label that, that's your rotation point. Now, so we have to rotate each our points. We've already rotated point P3, so when we swing point P3, we'll find P4 here. Okay, so that's already been found for us. Let's start with A. So compass to A, swinging an arc, joining point A3, which is this point here, to point or, getting our compass, setting up our compass as accurately as we can on point or, and our line A3 to or, and marking off 120. And where that cuts the line that we swung around here is going to give us our new point, which is going to be A4. So that's now A4, that point right there. Okay, so same again now, we're going to try it with B. Right, so we're setting our compass from or to B3, and we're just swinging the arc there again. Okay, connecting our line B3 to R, and we're going sending that line now out at 120 degrees. So it's just changed slightly here. Do you see that? It's just changed slightly. So setting our compass, or our protractor, sorry, to R and our line here, setting them all up and looking for 120, which is just here, and from R then through that point to where it cuts the line that we swung round, which is this point here, and we can call that point B4 now. That's point B4. Same now again with C, so setting our compass to point R, opening up to C, 3, swinging in our arc, sending our line C3 through R, and out the other side here at 120 degrees. So try to be as accurate as you can with this. And where it cuts the arc that was through out there, where it cuts this arc, is going to give us point C4 now. Now try it for D. So swinging an arc from D. So R, opening up to D and swinging our arc. Connecting D to R. Getting our protractor. Placing it down on the line D3 to R. And going to 120 degrees. Try to get it as accurate as you can. Okay, and where that cuts the line here is now going to be D4. E, so that's this point here. Or to E3, swinging an arc, connecting E3 to R, getting our compass. So E3 to R and sending the line out at 120. Let's make sure that's right. E3 to R, this line here. .120 will give us this point here. Okay, and where that compass scribe cuts there is going to give us E4. Not the TV channel, the point, and F, which is here. So F 3 going through R, 120 degrees now. Could give us that point here. And swing it around. So R to F. That is going to give us this point then, just here. Okay, so now we've found all our points, and it's just a matter of joining up them dots again. So D is connected to C, C is connected to E, E is connected to A with a construction line, D is connected to A with a construction line, and you can just go back to the original drawings there to get your sizes. Okay, so that's that shape now after being rotated 120 degrees.